I voted for President Donald J. Trump for the third time.
Are you stupid or something?
You must mean can't get right.
He knows how to bring it to the table. He's a good, strong speaker, you know what I mean?
I love the black community, and I've done more for the black community than any other president.
Y'all know they're firing black people and people of color first, right? Whether it's the federal worker side or big tech like corporate America. Look at the unemployment rate of black people right now. It's a solid 3.5 percentage points higher than any other race.
Anything else on why you voted for Trump as a gay man?
Well, I'm a Republican. Can't vote outside your party either way, you know what I mean? Or I would just back off and not vote at all. When I watch the interviews on television and the debates, I've never heard no type of discrimination.
It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
In Trump's cabinet, there are people of color that Democrats pretend don't exist, like J.D. Vance's wife. And
J.D. Vance's wife is not in the cabinet.
It's been almost 2 weeks since the election, and Trump has picked nearly 30 people to work in his administration so far. None of them are black.
If J.D. Vance was a Democrat, his wife would be lauded all over everything because of her color of her skin.
I'm not here to defend the Democrats' choice on every policy, but there is one party in this country that is identitarian. There is one party that is represented and it is homogenous, and it is the Republican Party. 85% of Republicans are white.
What up, my beautiful black people? Welcome to Black People Politics Network. I'm Mr. Red. I'll just come out and say this plain. Some of our people are still clinging to MAGA like it's a lifeboat in the middle of a storm, even though that boat is full of holes and sharks are circling. And you know what? It's exhausting. Harriet Tubman said she could have freed more slaves if they only knew that they were slaves. Today, the sellouts that we see are the ones that she was talking about. They act like proximity to whiteness or parroting Republican talking points will somehow shield them from the racism that's baked into MAGA's DNA and this country's DNA. While they're smiling in these white people's face that hate them, Trump and MAGA has shown time and time again that he and they don't value them, or any of us for that matter, beyond what we can do for him. I want you to hear Trump's most recent comments about what he thinks about black people.
Trump went on Fox News and basically said, we shouldn't have kicked the immigrants out. The farmers ain't got nobody. The inner city people ain't gonna do it, so we need to bring them back.
Sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on. So we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people, that you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that.
Damn right, the people in the inner city ain't doing that work. He basically thought he was going to deport everybody and then we was going to go back in those fields.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, you heard that right. Trump is talking about bringing in more Hispanic labor because of the inner city people. If you don't know, it's code for black people won't go back to the fields. And that's not just racism. That's the same old plantation mindset dressed up in a very long red tie. You've got people like Byron Donald who's willing to kiss Trump's ass just to prove that he's loyal to MAGA. And what does Trump do? He doesn't put black people in his cabinet. Let's be real about it.
Donald Trump speaks of Byron Donalds. That one is smart. You have smart ones and you have some that aren't quite so good. My ass ran straight to the comment section and it didn't disappoint. Somebody said $20 he'll say the N-word before the election. Black Trump supporters, y'all are the smart colors. I know that's not supposed to be funny, but at this point, what the fuck can you do? Somebody said just a modern day plantation owner showing off his smart boy. Oh, yes, sir, master, I can read. I'm the only one that can read.
And I know a lot of you all feel like I do, that if being one of the good ones means letting someone demean your entire race while patting you on the head, that's not a compliment. That's a leash.
They're laying us off first. They're attacking us right now to take away our jobs. They're criminalizing being homeless because they know that a lot of us are check to check. They're taking away our health care. They're making food more expensive. And then they're firing us. Why do you think that is?
Regardless of DEI, don't we already have things in our Constitution that protect people's rights, protects people?
No.
We don't?
No.
Do we or do we not?
No, we do not. Tell me, what protects people from discrimination in housing and in work, in hiring, or getting loans? It's all statutes. It's all statutes. And in these government agencies, there was nothing except for that order. That's why Trump just rescinded it.
I'm gonna tap out.
He got his goofy ass.
Now you'll hear some folk say a bunch of flowery words about how the Constitution protects everyone. And yes, it sets a foundation, but it's the statutes, the laws, the protections put in place over decades of struggle that keep our rights from being stripped away like loose change in a pickpocket's hand. Why do you all think that Trump has been eager to roll back those protections? Executive orders, judicial appointments, gutting civil rights enforcement. It's all a part of the same playbook. And the GOP, they are right there with him, blocking black congressional seats, redrawing maps, bending every rule so that they can hold on to power. Because they know that their ideas are not popular. Their ideas are so bad, they lie. And if someone is actively working to silence your vote, they're not your friend. They're your enemy, smiling in your face while stealing your vote.
We have a DOJ letter in front of us listing this district as one that should be dismantled. A reconfiguration of this district. How would it dilute the voice? How would it dilute the voting strength?
In the 18-month period where the 18th congressional district will have had no representation, we had something passed called the Big Beautiful Bill. It cut $900 billion in Medicaid funding, $300 billion in SNAP benefits. And do you know when it first passed out of the House of Representatives, it only passed by a margin of 1 vote. Had I been in the seat at that time, had we called a special election by that time, we could have been the vote to block the Big Beautiful Bill that is causing such devastation across America.
Oh, and by the way, just so we're clear, Jasmine Crockett's district, you're getting eliminated. Sorry, you're gonna have to go be an influencer. Jasmine Crockett, what skill set does she have?
Not only are you completely unqualified to even say anything about Jasmine Crockett is a lawyer who was a former criminal defense attorney who then turned into a civil rights attorney who's a former ADA, who then started her own law firm and took pro bono case to help her community and assist those who are in need. And she's now a congresswoman representing her district, which they're trying to strip from her because she's actually impactful and actually making a difference.
And when you give cover to this kind of behavior, you embolden the worst people in society. The dog whistle turns into bullhorns. Racists don't whisper anymore. They scream it out from car windows and in the faces of strangers, knowing they've got political cover out the top.
What you say, man?
Get out of my town, you Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for
Get off the property!
Bro, you're tweaking.
Get off the property!
I'm not on your property, dude. I'm on the public sidewalk.
You are on my property.
I'm on the sidewalk, bro.
You know what your problem is?
Dude, you have a problem for pulling out a gun on somebody who's asking you a question.
I have not pulled
Calm
out
down.
a gun. Dude,
look, and now you're trying to hide it.
Dude,
look at you. You're being a dumbass.
Jonathan is a white supremacist, and recently he decided he was going to go out driving looking for someone to target. And he found a young man out jogging in the morning before he goes to work. And as he pulls his gun out of his passenger seat and shoots this young man, he does it and yells, "You better keep running, boy." And he did this admittedly because he wants to strike fear into victims due to race.
It is getting to the point that it's not just about policy, it's getting personal. It's violence, it's intimidation, it's people deciding they're judge, jury, and executioner for black bodies simply for existing in public spaces that are supposed to be equal and open to all. This is why the black people defending this system that is being put in place by the GOP is asinine. Because in any given moment, you could be the black person in that position where you need help, where the system is working against you. And yet, you all are the agents of the system.
I'm out here with the right folks. It ain't none of that nigga shit going on out here.
You the nigga shit. Fucking shit's all on your face. Tattoo stupid motherfucker.
Just a reminder, your political views, they show your values. They show your empathy and how you'll treat people you never meet. So nah, we're not just disagreeing. You're telling me who you really are.
So when I see black people proudly voting for Trump, stomping for Trump, I can't help but think, if you can support someone with a documented history of racism, misogyny, and corruption, what does that say about you? And if your character says that a little bit of power, attention, or approval is worth more than the dignity and the safety of your own people, then Harriet Tubman had your number a long time ago.
I'm wondering, when are white people going to start listening to the black community? When are we going to admit that they were right about Trump? They were right during the civil rights era. They were right about abolition. And now we know, now we can see they've been right about Trump all along. And there is so much we could learn if we would just humble ourselves and move out of the spotlight just for a moment and let them speak.
At the end of the day, this isn't about left or right. It's about the haves and the haves not, the poor and then the billionaire class, right and wrong. Trump has shown us who he is. He shows us who he is every day because the man can't stop lying. MAGA has shown us what it stands for. And that's whatever comes out of the booty hole of a mouth, that is Trump. And every time someone defends that, they're telling us exactly where they stand. And it's not with us. Stay vigilant. Stay engaged. Stay revolutionary.